$8,000 in payouts using the algorithm? Absolutely insane. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how $8,000 in payouts were achieved in 90 days. Now, the best part about this, it wasn't from me, it was from one of my students who was a complete beginner using the algorithm and in trading. Anyone can do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly how it works and a look from the outside in on how you can potentially do this as well. So first things first, we're looking at the actual algorithm right here. Now, the algorithm is basically telling us exactly when to buy and sell in the market. We can see right here, it's loaded up on my screen and I have the actual code for it right here. Now for the algorithm, right? Every single one of my students, I don't just give them the algorithm and say, all right, here you go, good luck. You have to understand the algorithm. You have to understand the nuts and bolts behind it. That's why you're going to be successful, because me personally, I'm never going to be successful at anything unless I know exactly how it works. So teaching everyone exactly how it works to where you know this means buy, your stop loss is right here, take profit right there, take profit 2 right there. Now, enough about that, right? This algorithm has been seeing results for the last 2.5, 3 years. And we can see that the $8,000 in payouts were made mainly on these signals. So these signals right here, this is when we had just a crazy amount of signals. And the biggest thing right here was actually grading them as well. So what does it mean to grade a signal? Grading a signal means validating actually if the signal is going to be a really good setup or not. Now, this is what I teach all of my students to do. How to determine whether or not the trade is going to be good. Now, this right here is what we call a golden signal. Why do we call it a golden signal? It's because the US 30, what we're typically trading, gave us a sell alert, meaning to go short. This is where we're going to take the profit, and this is where we're going to take the second take profit. Now, what does that mean to go short? That means you're going to make money if the stock price goes down. Now, by looking at the actual volatility, we run two simultaneous algorithms. Right here, this is a buy signal, and right here, this is a sell signal. That's exactly what we want to see. That's called a golden signal, that A+ graded setup. Why is it a golden signal? Because that means volatility is increasing, while the algorithm is telling us that that was a high of the day. If volatility increases in the stock market, that means that things are going down. So we can see right here, this was a golden signal, and we got a bunch of these, right? We had one right here, and then we had another golden signal right here. So what about this signal? This one didn't hit the take profit. Why wouldn't you have taken a loss right there? Now, the reason why is because look at my cursor on the bottom of the screen. You can see that 23.00. That means this trade came in at around midnight. After hours trades, we typically don't take those. We only take trades that happen right at or before the market open. So we can see right here, 6:45 a.m. It's exactly 15 minutes after the market opened. We can see right here, this was at 2 in the morning, right? It was a little bit early. This one still hit the take profit, but not one that we want to hit on. So we can see this one right here, 7:45. This one right there, 7:15. This one, right, not in the right zone, but this one right here, and this one right there, that was at noon. This one right here, I remember this one. This was pre-market, and this one today. So how were these payouts able to be achieved? Well, it was from exactly this, using the algorithm. Now, obviously, right, this is a lot to look at. How do you know if it's actually profitable? Well, I run this for literally every single person. You can see right here, if I run a backtesting performance report of the actual algorithm, we can see over the last 2.5 years, this is what we were able to see. So a nice, really clean equity curve where we had 156 total trades, the max drawdown of it being 8%. The total P&L was 60%. So 60% over the last 2.5 years. Oh, well, that doesn't seem like it's anything crazy. You have to keep in mind the max equity drawdown was 8%. So what does that mean? That means that if we're trading on funded accounts, if we're trading with other people's money, they want to make sure that you don't go over 10% maximum loss. So if we make sure that we're under that threshold, then we can trade with other people's money. Now, there are companies out there that will fund you anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to trade with. Now, I have one of them pulled up, and it's right here. So this right here is a company that will fund you anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to trade with. Now, most people don't know this. Most people don't know that you can actually do this. And these companies, right, will start you off as a student. We're obviously not going to fund you right away. They start you off as a student. You have to hit 8% profit target without losing 10%. Now, once you do go ahead and do that, you become a practitioner. Now you have to hit 5% without losing 10%. And then you become a master. Now, the cool thing about being a master is that now, once you have this 100K of funding, you get to keep 100% of what you make on top of that. So for example, if we know that our algorithm has historically done anywhere from 3 to 5% per month on average, then we can see that the algorithm will do, if funded $100,000, and theoretically if we did that, $3,000 to $5,000. Now obviously, right, like past performance doesn't equal future returns, but that's my goal, is to do that 3 to 5% per month and get that $3,000 to $5,000 payout. So how long does it take for you to get funded with this if you were to come on with the algorithm? Well, typically what I've seen really good results is under 60 days. Now you don't have to be, super experienced with trading. I've had guys who come in here as a complete beginner and actually do extremely well. And the reason is because they don't have to rebuild some of the habits that they've made while they're traders. Now, if you are a pre-existing trader, no problem. You're actually in a really good situation as well, because you're going to be able to come in here and easily pick it up. Now, there's just two different parts. A new trader is going to have to understand it, whereas an existing trader is going to have to work through their new habits or old habits in order to develop the strong ones that a trader has. Now, really, the biggest thing in here is using the algorithm and also working with myself, right? And the team. We have an amazing group of team members behind this algorithm that are going to help you step by step, whether it comes down to plugging it in, changing the inputs, literally anything that you need. So my goal for every single one of my clients is this: 60 days, you get funded. 90 days, you get your first payout. Now, Nathan's gotten a payout of $8,000. Paul got a payout of $3,500. Braden got a payout of $3,400. I mean, that's just a list of few. So if they can do it as complete beginners, so can you. And the only thing holding you back is you. Now, I will say this, right? Obviously, you have to come in here and be able to put in the work. You have to use the algorithm, and you have to make sure that you're using it the way it's designed to be used. You understand it. You come here and you learn. And if you're able to do that and connect with the community and grow, then there's no telling on what this can actually do for you. So if you're interested, book a free discovery call. The link is in my bio, and I'll go in way more depth on how this algorithm actually works. We'll see if you're a good fit for the program, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side.